Well, you had to know this was coming. Odessa. I'm David Ahmed, Vice President of Opencarry, Texas, for those that don't know me. And man, I don't even know what to say about this one. This is one of the worst I've ever seen. Most people have heard about it, but just in case you haven't, here's the short version. There's a decent, hard-working woman out there that owns a business, and she had to face a choice: open her business or lose her business. She decided to open up, and some old boys went out there to back her up and help her do that. And the sheriff in Ector County, Texas, did this.
You're the blue shirt with the shorts. Keep your hands up.
Where is it?
You with the hat and green shirt. Put your hands up. I can't see them.
I think it speaks for itself. The bottom line here is those boys were perfectly within the law, and furthermore engaged in something constitutionally protected. Now, there'll be some more videos that explain all of this in a lot more detail, but the bottom line is this sheriff did what he did because he simply doesn't personally approve of what those boys were doing. And you'll see all of that. He held a press conference. If you haven't seen that video, go look at it. It tells you everything you need to know. The bottom line is he wanted to make an example out of these boys. He wanted to show the world that if you come to Odessa and stand up for your rights, this is how you're going to get treated. Like hell. So, June the 6th, we're going to Odessa. And we're going to show this son of a bitch what the Constitution really means. I know June the 6th is a little ways off. That's on purpose because Odessa is a little ways off for most people. And I wanted to give people plenty of time to clear their schedules, save some gas money, make any arrangements, whatever the case may be, because guys, we need everybody we can get. This man has shown through his actions, he's absolutely proven that he has no respect for our constitutional rights, none whatsoever. And if he can get away with it, he's going to try and shut us down. And that's why we need as many men there as we can possibly get, because, you know, the last few weeks, ever since this virus hit, has shown me something really disturbing. There's a lot of people in the government that just don't give a damn. Now, I already knew that, but I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know how little of a damn they gave. Not just about us, but about the Constitution and what it says and what it means. And this guy, well, you'll see. I'm going to do a video rebutting his press conference, and I'll illustrate it to you. The bottom line is those boys were in the right and the sheriff's in the wrong, and he just doesn't give a damn. He's going to push the issue, and I'm afraid that he's going to try to come down on Ms. Ellison, the business owner, and we're going to have to stand up to this old boy, and I'm going, and I'm going to do it. So, June the 6th, don't have a time just yet. The event page that I need you to share everywhere, that's going to have all the relevant information, where we're going to be at, where the rally point is, so on and so forth. There's some information I'm not going to make public. I'll tell you when we get there. But folks, I cannot stress this enough. If there was ever a crooked cop that needs a lesson in what the Constitution means, it's this guy. And I'm going to give him one. And I need you to come out there with me. And there's a couple of things I want to go over. There's going to be plenty more information coming out. I don't know how many videos I'll have to make about this to cover everything. But there's two things I want to touch on right now. Number one, my constitutional rights are the single most sacred thing there is to me. It's what makes this country different and better than every other country in the world. The fact that we get to stand up to our government when they're wrong means something. Most other places, they can't do that. They'll get thrown in jail, kind of like these boys were. We have to put a stop to what this man's doing. We just absolutely have to. Now, what that means is, when we go there, we're going to follow the law. Anybody breaks the law, you're going to have to peacefully surrender. But if you don't break the law, and we're not going to break the law, we are not going to allow that son of a bitch to arrest us. Now let me say that again. If we break the law, we will peacefully surrender to the authorities. But if we don't break the law, we're not going to let him arrest us. Period. Just period. We're going to follow the law, and he's going to follow the law. We're going to exercise our constitutional rights, and he's going to respect those constitutional rights. And this time, I don't care if he rolls in with the whole 2nd Armored Division. I'm not going to surrender to him if I haven't broken a law. Period. And you need to know that going in. The second thing I want to cover, and this is pretty important. It has been brought to my attention that this man has received some threats against his home and his family. Now, I understand being that angry. I'm that angry. And I certainly called the sheriff's department and let him know what I think, and I encourage you to do the same thing. But guys, leave the man's family and his house out of it. That's the bad guys do that. Cowards do that. We're the good guys, and we ain't cowards. So don't do that. Don't. Just leave the man's family and personal life out of it. This is about him as the sheriff. Let's keep it there. There's going to be more information coming out very soon, but the event is on June the 6th at Big Daddy Zane's in West Odessa, Texas. The address and everything else will be up there. I cannot say it strongly enough. This guy needs a lesson. He needs a big lesson. And we need to go out there and teach him. So June the 6th, and I certainly hope you'll join me, because I have a funny feeling I'm going to need all the help I can get. We have some other organizations that are working with us, and I want to thank those organizations publicly for getting with us, because I don't know how those boys kept from blowing their stack. The stomping of their rights was so obvious and just so, the fancy word is egregious. It was bad. It was real bad. And in the press conference that went on afterwards made it crystal clear that this sheriff, with his own comments, he just made it crystal clear that the bottom line is he simply didn't like what they were doing. Well, newsflash, Sheriff, you're a law enforcement officer. You're not a what you personally approve of enforcement officer. That's not how this works. You don't have to like our constitutional rights, and you don't have to like the fact that we're exercising them, but you do have to respect it. And you're gonna. One way or the other, you're gonna. Now, we're not going out there with aggressive intentions, but if he attacks us, we are gonna defend ourselves vigorously. And I want to make that clear. Okay, I'm going to end this because every time I start thinking about it, I get mad, really mad. So, June the 6th, Odessa, Texas. Watch for the updates. There'll be plenty of them. And, well, I hope to see you there, because we're going to need you.